Hello, boys and girls. For today's drawing, we are going to be making a dinosaur. So first thing we gotta do is we're going to take our paper and turn it so that it is in landscape orientation. That means it is short and long. For our first step, you're probably gonna wanna start with a pencil. We are going to start over here and we're gonna make a dinosaur that is a herbivore, so not one of the meat-eating ones, one of the plant-eating ones. We're going to start going across and go up to make a big hill and then down. And don't make this super tiny. If you make it super teensy tiny, then it'll be difficult to color in. And watch how much of the paper I'm taking up. So I start over here in the middle of the paper, and I'm going to go over and make a big hill, come back down, and go over, just like that. So this is our dinosaur's back. His head's going to be over here, and his tail's going to curve up over here. Now for his feet, we're going to do a C shape or a banana shape. So it's not curved all the way like a C, it's more curved like a banana. Now I'm going to do a second one of these lines right next to it, and they're not going to touch. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to flip it for his back feet, or his back leg. Like a banana curve. Now I'm going to do another one right next to it. Okay, now a zigzag line is a line that goes like this. So I'm going to do 3 zigzags over here. So 1, 2, 3. Same thing on this. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to connect this line to the end of my zigzag. And the same thing here. Connect this line to the end of my zigzag. And if I'm ever going too fast, that pause button is your best friend. You hit that pause button up and you say, hey, I need to pause. And when you're ready, you can hit play. Now we're going to make a line that starts here, and it's going to go through the legs and to the tail. And when I get to the leg, I'm not going to draw over it. I'm going to stop, hop over, and keep going. Let me show you. So I'm going to start here, stop, hop over, and go through. Stop, hop over, and keep going. This way, it looks like the leg is on top of the belly. Now for our tail, if you have a bunch of room left over here, then you can draw your tail going straight, but I'm going to draw my tail curved up because I've run out of room on my paper. So I'm going to do a backwards C. Now from this line, I'm going to match that and get smaller and smaller and smaller until I get to the end. Now for the head. The head is going to be kind of like a heart shape on its side or like a raindrop shape. So it's bigger on one side and pointy on the other. So I'm starting here, going up, around, and then I go diagonal to make a point. Now here I'm doing the same thing, but in reverse. Down, around, and diagonal to that point. Now our dinosaur is pretty close to being done. All we have left is to add the extra details like spikes on its back and add its face. So if you want to change some of the details for what I'm doing, if you want to have bigger spikes or lots of tiny little spikes, you can do that. This is just what I'm doing, and you can do the same as this, or you can make your own for the extra details. So here, I did an eye back here, a smile coming from the bottom, and a little tiny nostril. Now I'm going to add spikes. And as I go down the tail, when I get to the tip of the tail, the spikes are going to get smaller and smaller. See how they're starting to get smaller? Until there's no more. All right, and that is our dinosaur. Now we get to color it in. Now I'm going to color mine in with markers and crayons because that's what I have available to me. You can color yours in with whatever you have available to you. Just make sure that when you're coloring it in, you are being a 3-star colorer. You are staying inside the lines. You are coloring it in all the way so that there are no white spaces peeking through. And you're picking colors that make sense. So let's go ahead and get started with coloring. So once I was done coloring, I decided to go ahead and color in the background. I made some little dinosaur babies and a nest, and there's a little baby coming out of one of the eggs. I made a bush over here since this is a plant-eating dinosaur. I decided to make some food for it, and I made all the background and colored it. You don't have to add a background or add other things. You can just draw the dinosaur and color that in and be done. Or if you want to, you can add a whole background and make it interesting. So I am looking forward to seeing what you guys turn in and how amazing it's going to look.